Let me ask you a question. What is the number one reason seniors lose independence? It isn't heart disease or diabetes. It isn't even dementia. It's falling. One fall, one broken hip. And suddenly the person who walked 5 miles a day is confined to a wheelchair. The person who lived alone for 30 years is moved into assisted care. I've seen it happen hundreds of times, and it breaks my heart every single time. And here's what doctors don't tell you. Falls don't just happen because the floor is slippery. They happen because legs are weak, because the muscles that once caught you when you stumbled have quietly faded away, because the strength you had at 40 has been slowly disappearing since 60 without you even noticing. Now listen, a study published in the Journal of the American Geriatrics Society found that seniors who performed targeted leg strengthening exercises just 3 times per week reduced their fall risk by 50%. Not by holding on to railings or by walking more carefully, but by building the strength to catch themselves before the fall ever happens. Okay, and here's the part that changes everything. You don't need a gym or expensive equipment. You don't even need to leave your bedroom. Today's exercises require nothing but a sturdy chair, your own body weight, and 15 minutes of your time. Welcome back to the Senior Health Podcast. Today, Japan's oldest doctor is going to walk you through the only leg strengthening routine you'll ever need. We're covering 7 exercises with variations for every age. First, we warm up the muscles so they're ready to work, and then we will strengthen them so they're ready to protect you. And stay until the end, because the final exercise is the most powerful balance builder you will ever see. Doctor, I know you've spent over 60 years helping patients stay on their feet. Why does this episode matter so much?
John, this matters because your legs are your freedom. They carry you to the people you love. They allow you to live in your own home. They give you the confidence to move through the world without fear. When they weaken, everything weakens. But when we strengthen them, even at 70, 80 or 90 years old, the entire body responds. Balance improves and confidence returns. That's when falls become far less likely.
That's exactly what I hear from my patients. They're not afraid of getting older. They're afraid of falling and never getting back up.
And that fear is valid, but it doesn't have to be their future. The exercises I'm about to share are the same ones I've used with thousands of patients over 6 decades. They work, they're safe, and they're simple enough for anyone to do.
Amazing, but before we start, we need some engagement from you guys. I want everyone to comment a 1 if you've noticed your legs are getting weaker, and add a 2 if you're getting more worried about falling. We want to know where you're starting from.
Yes, please share. And I promise these exercises will meet you exactly where you are.
Now, doctor, before we get into the exercises, I think everyone needs to understand something fundamental. Why do our legs weaken so much after 60? What's actually happening inside the muscles?
This is indeed something everyone must understand. So, starting around age 50 and accelerating after 60, the body begins losing muscle mass. We call this sarcopenia. It's not a disease, but a natural process. But if we don't actively work against it, we can actually lose up to 30% of our muscle mass by age 80.
That's almost a third of our strength just disappearing.
Yes. And it's not just the amount of muscle, it's also the type. We have 2 kinds of muscle fibers. We have slow twitch fibers that handle endurance activities like walking, and fast twitch fibers which handle quick, powerful movements like catching yourself when you stumble. Unfortunately, the fast twitch fibers decline faster. So even people who walk every day may still have poor balance because those quick response fibers have weakened.
So basically what you're saying is that walking alone isn't enough to prevent falls.
Correct. Walking is wonderful for the heart and for endurance, but it doesn't build the strength needed to catch yourself in that split second before a fall. For that, we need targeted strengthening exercises that challenge the muscles in different ways.
And that's what we're doing today?
Yes. The routine I'm about to share has two parts. First, we warm up with 3 movements that prepare the muscles, joints, and nervous system for work. Then, we strengthen with 4 exercises that build real power in the legs, hips, and core. And each exercise has variations so everyone can start where they are and progress over time.
Let's dive in. Any cautions before we begin?
Just listen to your body. These exercises should feel challenging, not painful. If anything causes sharp pain, stop immediately. And if you have serious balance concerns or recent injuries, please consult your doctor first. Now, let's begin with the warm-up. All we need is a sturdy chair.
All right, where do we start?
We start with the chair circuit, which is one of my favorite ways to begin any leg strengthening routine. It's safe, it's effective, and it prepares the muscles for everything that follows. Make sure your chair is sturdy with no wheels. Stand beside it with good upright posture. Tighten your core gently and distribute your weight evenly on both feet.
All right, what's the first movement?
We start with a backward leg extension. Please hold onto the chair with both hands for balance. Keep your back straight and make sure not to round forward. Now, take one leg and extend it backward, pushing your heel toward the ceiling. Go as far as you comfortably can.
Where should we feel this?
You'll feel muscles firing throughout the back of the leg, into the glutes, around the hip, and even into the lower back. The higher you lift, the more muscles engage. Hold the top position for 5 seconds, then slowly lower. Then repeat on the other side. Do 10 complete repetitions on each leg, and with each rep, try to extend just a little bit further.
That seems straightforward. What's next?
The second movement is a side leg extension. Same position, same good posture. But this time, instead of extending backward, take your leg straight out to the side. Keep the knee locked and the toes pointing forward. You'll feel this targeting the outer hip and thigh in a completely different way.
So we're hitting different muscle groups.
Exactly. The muscles that control sideways movement are often neglected, yet they're critical for balance. When you stumble to the side, these are the muscles that catch you. Hold for 5 seconds, switch sides, again 10 repetitions each.
And the third warm-up movement?
Okay, now we target the hip flexors, which sit at the front of the hip. These muscles are a major contributor to back pain when they're tight or weak. For this, stand at the edge of your chair with good posture. Lift one knee straight up toward the ceiling, driving it as high as you comfortably can. The goal is to bring the knee above hip level, if possible.
What if someone can't lift that high?
Then go to wherever feels comfortable and work there. Over time, with consistent practice, the range will improve. Hold for 5 seconds, lower with control, and repeat on the other side. 10 repetitions each leg. Once you've completed all 3 movements, your muscles are warm, your joints are lubricated, and you're ready for the strengthening exercises.
Perfect. Let's get into those.
Okay, so the first strengthening exercise is called the hip hiker. It targets a muscle most people have never heard of, but is essential for back health and stability. It is the quadratus lumborum and sits in the lower back and connects the pelvis to the spine. When it's weak, back pain follows.
Great. So how do we do this one?
Stand beside your chair for balance if needed. Good upright, posture, core tight. Now, imagine your body is a stiff board. Without bending at the waist or leaning, lift one hip straight upward toward the ceiling. Your leg comes up with it, but the movement originates from the hip, not the leg.
So we're hiking the hip up like raising one side of a table.
Exactly. You should feel significant activation in the side of the hip and deep into the lower back. That's the QL muscle working. Hold for 5 seconds, lower slowly, Then repeat on the other side. Do 10 repetitions each side.
And is there a way to make this more challenging?
Yes. Once the basic version feels comfortable, move to a staircase. Stand on the bottom step, holding the railing for support. Let one leg hang off the side of the step. Now lower that hip down as far as you can, feeling a stretch. Then hike it up as high as you can, feeling the contraction. This increased range of motion makes the exercise much more effective. 10 repetitions each side.
That's clever, using the step for extra range.
Exactly. The staircase version is how I train patients who are ready to progress. Now let's move to arguably the most important leg exercise that exists.
Okay, I'm excited. Let's hear it.
Okay, if I could only recommend one exercise for leg strength, it would be the squat. It works the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core all at once. It builds the strength needed to stand up from chairs, climb stairs, and recover from stumbles.
I know many people are intimidated by squats.
Well, they shouldn't be. We're not doing gym squats with heavy weights. We're doing controlled bodyweight squats that anyone can modify to their ability. Let me show you how.
Please walk us through it.
Please stand with your feet roughly hip-width apart. Turn your toes outward slightly, about 10 to 15 degrees. This takes pressure off the knees. Now, shift your weight onto your heels. Your weight should stay on your heels throughout the entire movement.
Why the heels specifically?
Because it engages the posterior chain, the muscles at the back of your body, which are the primary movers for standing, walking, and balance. Now, keeping your back straight and your core tight, bend your knees and lower your hips down toward the floor. Imagine you're sitting back into a chair.
How low should we go?
Only as low as you can while maintaining good form and without pain. For some, that might be a few inches. For others, the thighs might reach parallel to the floor. Both are valid. The key is to feel the muscles working without straining the joints. We want to hold the bottom position for 5 seconds, then push through your heels to stand back up. Do 10 slow, controlled repetitions.
And do we have an advanced version for this too?
Yes, once 10 repetitions feel comfortable, try the single leg squatter. Hold onto a chair for balance, lift one foot slightly off the ground, and perform the squat on one leg only. This dramatically increases the challenge and builds even more strength. Just remember, whatever you do on one side, do on the other to keep everything balanced.
Excellent. What's next?
Now we move to the floor for the bridge exercise. This one is incredibly effective and very gentle on the body.
Okay, I am ready. And to everyone listening, if you are doing these exercises right now, feel free to pause video or play back anything that is unclear to you. Small steps are also steps. We do not have to do everything at once.
Thank you for saying that, John. Now, let's continue. The bridge is one of the most back-friendly ways to strengthen the legs, glutes, and core. You can do this daily, either on your bed or on a floor mat. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat, roughly hip-width apart. Place your hands on your hips so you can feel the muscles working.
What's the basic movement?
Okay, first tighten your core gently, then lift your hips and pelvis toward the ceiling until your body forms a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. You should feel your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back all engage at once. Hold for 5 seconds at the top, then lower slowly, and you may repeat this 10 times.
What if someone can't lift all the way up?
Then lift as high as comfortable. Even a small lift activates the muscles. Over time, the range will increase. But here's what I love about the bridge. There are so many variations that target muscles differently. Let me show you 5 more ways to do this exercise.
Let's go through them.
Okay, the first variation is the single leg bridge. Same position, but lift one foot off the ground and perform the bridge on one leg only. This doubles the workload on the working side. Just make sure your hips stay level, no sagging to one side.
That feels amazing. Okay, what's the second variation?
We do a two-leg bridge again, but with the heels down and toes up. So point your toes toward the ceiling and drive your heels hard into the floor as you lift. You'll feel the hamstrings engage much more intensely.
Where should we feel this one?
The hamstrings, the muscles at the back of your thighs, will engage much more intensely than the basic bridge. This is because the heel-only contact forces the posterior chain to work harder. Hold for 5 seconds at the top, lower slowly, and repeat 10 times. Many of my patients with weak hamstrings find this variation particularly valuable.
And the third variation?
Now we do the opposite. Toes down, heels up. Instead of driving through your heels, press through the balls of your feet and your toes. Rise up so your heels lift slightly off the ground. Then perform the bridge from this position.
That must feel completely different.
It does. This variation shifts the work toward the calves and the front of the thighs, the quadriceps. You're targeting the muscles that control your knees and ankles. Some people find this one easier, others find it much harder. That's useful information about where your weaknesses lie. Same protocol, 5-second hold, 10 repetitions.
Okay, let's keep up that pace. What's the fourth variation?
This one is called the clamshell bridge, and it targets the glutes and inner thighs in a way that none of the others can reach. Start lying on your back, but instead of keeping your feet hip-width apart, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall outward like a butterfly stretch. You should feel a gentle opening through the inner thighs and hips.
And we lift from that position?
Exactly. With your feet pressed together and knees open, perform the bridge by lifting your hips toward the ceiling. The glutes have to work over time to lift from this widened position. You'll also feel the inner thigh muscles, the adductors, engaging to stabilize the movement. Hold for 5 seconds, lower with control. Repeat 10 times. This is one of the best variations for hip stability.
That's 4. What's the fifth?
The fifth variation is my favorite for the hamstrings because it's dynamic. We call it the heel walkout. Start by lifting into your basic bridge position at the top. Keep your toes pointed toward the ceiling, so only your heels are on the ground. Now, instead of holding still, slowly walk your feet outward using just your heels. Take very small steps, alternating left and right.
What does this do?
As your legs extend further away from your body, the hamstrings have to work progressively harder to maintain the bridge. You'll feel the back of your legs light up intensely. Walk out as far as you can while maintaining control and keeping your hips lifted. Then slowly walk your heels back in toward your body. That's 1 repetition. Do 5 to 10 complete walkouts.
That sounds challenging.
It is, but it's also incredibly effective for building functional hamstring strength, which is essential for walking, climbing stairs, and preventing falls. The dynamic nature of this movement trains the muscles through a full range of motion rather than just one static position.
So we have 6 total bridge variations: basic, single leg, heels down, toes down, clamshell, and heel walkout.
Yes, and here's my advice. Try them all in your first few sessions. Notice which ones challenge you the most. Notice which ones make you feel the weakest. Those are the ones to focus on. Everyone's body is different. The variation that feels easy for one person might be the breakthrough for another. Spend extra time on your weak links, and your overall leg strength will improve dramatically.
That's incredibly thorough. What comes next?
Now, let's finish with the most challenging exercise of all. This one ties everything together: strength, balance, and coordination in one dynamic movement. This final exercise is called star taps. It combines strength, balance, and coordination in one dynamic movement. If you master this exercise, your balance will transform.
Amazing. What's the setup?
Stand on one leg with good upright posture. The standing leg should have a slight bend at the knee so the muscles are engaged. Place your hands on your hips. The other leg extends straight with the knee locked.
Okay, I'm picturing that.
Okay, now imagine a star pattern on the floor around you. Front right, back. You're going to tap your extended foot to each point of that star while balancing on one leg. Start by tapping directly in front of you. Hold for 1 second, then return to center.
And we work around the star?
Exactly. After the front, tap to the front right, then straight to the side, then back right, then directly behind you. Then work your way back forward. Your body might wobble, but you are challenging your balance from every angle. That's the point. You're training the nervous system to stabilize in all directions.
How many should we do?
2 complete cycles through the star pattern, then switch legs. If you find one angle particularly difficult, that's your weak link. Throw extra repetitions in at that angle. That's where you'll gain the most benefit.
And the advanced version?
Okay, instead of keeping your standing leg slightly bent, add a squat to each tap. As you tap forward, squat down. Come back up to center. Tap to the side, squat down. This is extremely challenging but incredibly effective for building functional leg strength and balance. Only attempt this once the basic version feels stable.
Doctor, this has been comprehensive. 3 warm-ups, 4 strengthening exercises, multiple variations for each.
Yes, and I want everyone to understand that this routine is designed to grow with you. Start with the basic versions, master the form, then gradually add the progressions as you get stronger. There's no rush. Strength builds over weeks and months, not days.
How often should people do this?
The warm-up exercises can be done daily. The strengthening exercises 3 to 4 times per week, with rest days in between. The muscles need time to recover and rebuild.
Thank you, Doctor. Everyone, start with the chair circuit today, and let us know in the comments which exercise makes the biggest difference for you.
If this helped, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.
And make sure to watch this next episode.
Oh, this is a good one. People should see
People should
this.
definitely watch. See you there.